Hi, I'm Rebecca Fishkin with Clarity to Authenticity Coaching, and I help people overcome burnout, overwhelm, limiting beliefs, and just some great tools to get you through your everyday. I'm here also with Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma Mitchell. I'm an energy healing guide who helps you restore and reclaim your purpose, peace, and power within. Go ahead, Rebecca. Talk about what we're talking about today.
So, last week we talked about setting boundaries and setting your ways to get over some of the reactive so you wake up in a funk, etc. Today we're going to take that kind of to the next level. So your day got derailed for it's not due to somebody else, it's due to life. The car breaks down or it doesn't start, or you have trouble with the light. So you are very dark in your podcast. So there's things that just kind of, once you get a few of those in a line, it just kind of ruins the energy for the day. So we want to talk about how to get your energy right back to where it should be. And so I'm having this day today. So what I'm starting with is A, realizing it and being aware of it. And secondly, taking some deep breaths. There is box breathing, which is breathing in 4 counts, holding 4 counts, exhaling 4 counts, and holding 4 counts and repeating that like 3 or 4 times. And that definitely helps you calm yourself down. It slows your heart rate down and gets you back into a mode that you can be now. What else can I do to make my day better? Then it is just getting clarity on what can I take, how can I reschedule my day so it can still be a win. So talking it through with somebody, or just looking at your calendar, or focusing on the good things in life. The sun is shining and it's a new day. So those are some suggestions that I have. What about you, Emma?
Well, you know, I have a lot of suggestions. First, I want to mention with the breathing. And I know you know this, Rebecca, when we breathe, we want to make sure that we're expanding our stomach when we're inhaling and contracting our stomach and lungs when we're exhaling. Because if we do the opposite, we're going to get into panic mode. So making sure we're breathing correctly. And, people used to make fun of me because I used to say, I forgot to breathe. But it was because I was breathing the wrong way. And I would put myself in
Yeah.
these crazy panic attacks. And I didn't know that that was an improper way of breathing. So making sure to breathe that way is really good. So what I do when my day gets derailed, like happens all the time. I feel like something kind of triggers me and I get really mad about, oh, I stubbed my toe or I can't get my dang computer to do whatever thing or the printer's not working. Lately, it's been happening a lot because I got a new computer. So one big thing that I'll do is I'll close my eyes. And I'm an energy healer, so I'm just going to walk you through something, and maybe you want to do it with me, Rebecca. I
Okay.
love to clear out my crown and my third eye and just like bring the light back into me. So if you want to close your eyes and do this with us, so just putting your hand here, so on the top of your head, move it back to your crown chakra, so just slightly back on your skull. And we're gonna imagine a flower spinning around, like a flower or a disc of light. And you can see it as purple or white or golden, whatever color here you see is correct for you. We're just gonna picture that spinning. And now underneath the flower, let's picture a tube or a pipe that's coming out from underneath that flower. So now just make it bigger. So again, this tube or pipe, and you can open your eyes to look. Imagine it comes out of your head like this and goes into your head. Now, this is where the light of the sun, of source light, spirit light, whatever you want to call it, whatever feels good to you, that comes into your head through your crown. So when we open this pipe up, this tube up, and then we clear it out. Maybe we imagine a vacuum hose or water or something rushing out, or even just our hand pulling out any gunky stuff in there. If you feel or sense anything, that helps us to allow that light to shine back into our head. So just visualizing that, visualize the sun or light, beautiful white or golden light shining back into your head here through that pipe. And then you can even imagine the sunlight shining over your entire body, kind of clearing your aura, clearing your energy, making you shiny and bright and, just really happy, like that sunny golden energy. It's kind of clearing you up.
I
And
like
you
it. It's like fresh air.
It is, yeah, it really does. And if you want to imagine that sunlight like rain or a shower, you can imagine it that way too. And then I always clear my third eye as well because that's where I feel a lot of pressure. And my mom used to always say, "I'm so mad I can't see straight." And I always think of that in my third eye of like daggers coming out of my third eye. So if you want to imagine too that there's like a flower here that spins like a white flower, and you can open up that flower almost like a gas cap or a like a lid on a jar. If you imagine that opening up here and we clear that out too, so you let that energy rush out, and then you imagine a vacuum hose or a water hose kind of getting out any gunky stuff here too. And you don't have to be an energy healer, you don't have to be intuitive or anything, but you'll still notice something happening by doing this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I always feel like a whew, like a rush, sometimes like pressure. So then you can close that back up when you're ready. But that helps me to just, oh, here I am. Like I feel just even doing that right now, and I was already in an okay mood. I feel so much brighter and sunnier just doing that little thing. How do you feel after that?
That feels good.
Yeah, it's like a refresh, a reset. The other
Right.
thing that I like to do is, I talk about it all the time, the grounding meditation, grounding yourself, really imagining maybe you have like a tree root coming out of your tailbone or a cord or something just coming out the bottom of you. Pushing into the ground really helps you kind of reset too and feel more stable and strong. Because I know when I get derailed, when I'm frustrated, when I'm mad, it's like I'm buzzing almost. And I need something to steady me and make me feel more solid inside.
Yeah, I like that. It, I'm realizing as we're talking about this that some of this started in the middle of the night. I was had a very restless night for some reason, and I have a one of the tools that I use to go back to sleep is to breathe in peaceful, and as I breathe out, I think of the word release. So I breathe in the good and the peace and get rid of the stress. And typically I fall asleep right away. And this time it wasn't working. So I was like, all right, I'm going to start with the top of my head and go peaceful release and then keep moving down. And I ended up completely energizing my entire body, which is the exact opposite of what I wanted to do.
Yep.
So it anyway, my point is that utilizing tools like what you're talking about is definitely good for energizing. Figuring out to not do it in the middle of the night is probably a good plan.
I mean, I do try to clear my energy at night too, and it does help me relax, but it depends on how you're doing it. I guess that way wasn't so good, but yeah, c clearing your energy before bed's a great idea too. I was just thinking about there's something I heard a long time ago on the Oprah podcast, but this woman was saying, when you're in this place of anxiety or place of frustration or something, taking a moment to sit back and think, what is actually true right now? And she gave an example of sitting with her daughter or sitting at home waiting for her daughter to come home, being very worried. And she had to say, what is true right now? And her truth was, I'm sitting here in a chair in my home. And that was the only truth. But she was going to anxiety, she was going to this and this and this. And I know a lot of times when we get derailed, we get into this frustration, overwhelm, spinning circle. So, how can we bring ourselves back to what is actually true right now? Okay, my tire just blew out on the highway. What is true? It blew out. I'm getting out of the car. That's it. Like how do we kind of refresh ourselves to pull us back into that calm and peace is really helpful. The other thing I want to say is feel your dang emotions. You're feeling frustrated,
Yeah.
feel it. Don't push it down. You're going to have to come see me to get Reiki healing if you push that stuff down. So, what are you feeling? Feel it, let it out. Do what you need to do. Go scream into your pillow. Go punch. I don't know, I have a punching bag. Don't punch a person, punch a pillow. Do something that's gonna help you to like, okay, I'm mad right now. Go for a run. Do something that's just gonna help you reset and help you let those emotions out. If you need to cry, cry. Do something, but don't hold it in if you can, you know?
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Um, when you're not in that crisis mode where you need to get all that energy out, another tool, if you can, is to go and um, wash your hands
Mm.
and just keep rubbing your hands under the water and just feeling the sensation of the water and the warmth and it's almost like it's meditative and it washes that discomfort away as well. So there's definitely some good mindful exercises for helping you get out of that. As I say, it's not a funk. This is if you don't keep an eye on it, you're going to go into crisis mode and then you get into overwhelm and that's no good for anybody and
Yeah.
anyone that's around you. So,
Yeah, I agree. And, we were talking about this earlier of communicating with people who are around you too, to make sure you're not taking it out on them or they know that, hey, I'm not doing so well right now. Maybe stay away from me, or, I'm not trying to take this out on you. I'm just having a hard time, because sometimes we can get really snappy with people.
yeah, I actually did that with my husband over the weekend. There seems to be a theme in the past 3 days. Um, and I found myself being very short with him. And as soon as I realized it, I completely just like stopped everything. Look, this is not about you. For some reason, I'm off and I'm irritated. And I am not irritated with you. I'm working through it and I will get through this and I will be calm and everything will be fine. You don't have to be a fixer. Just know that this is not about you. And I'm sorry if it came across that I was mad at you for something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good that you did that. I've been feeling off too lately, so it's just, it must be the theme of this time of year that we're just,
Something. And
yeah,
this is actually a good point because we're recording this the Monday before Thanksgiving. So we are at the starting line of the holidays with all of the get-togethers and all of the times that we have set aside for us to be introverts and to get our energy back after a long busy day are now taken up with holiday parties and other things, and we don't have as much control over our time and energy during the holidays. So I think that maybe that should be our next podcast.
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm a big fan of solitude. So, how do you
Yeah.
find that when you're in the holiday mindset? But how do you, if you're starting to feel this way, it might be because you're piling on too many things too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and we're heading down to be with family. We like that adds a whole other layer of energy for people. Whether it's good or bad, you still have to be on. And when you stay with them and not in a different site, now you can't like how can you escape from that energy? And doing the meditations are a perfect way to do that. And tell everybody to go, everyone gets a half an hour, go somewhere else,
Yeah.
go read a book, go for a walk, go do a meditation, go do something, read a book, get everyone take a break and then come back so we can have more joy.
Noise canceling headphones. I've said it a million times, but they really do help. They really
Yeah.
do help with that solitude. Yeah, is there anything else you want to say about this if your day gets derailed? Like any other tools you have? I thought of one more thing, and that's just shaking it out. Just really just shake your whole body and kind of like move that energy out. You can stamp your feet. Just try to like get jump up and down, those kinds of things, running, all of that really does help kind of move the energy through too.
Yeah. I think the theme with all of this is you once you're aware, you have the power to change your energy.
Yeah.
If you want to choose to still be irritated and own it, then own it, but know that there's ramifications with that. At the same time, you can choose to be in a much better sense of energy and calm and understanding and forgiveness for yourself and whatever it is that caused that irritation. You have the power to choose.
I was debating should I say this or not, but I had a mentor tell me once that my energy is very potent and people can feel it coming off of me. And I think that's pretty true. But I know you and I can feel other people's energy. A lot of people, if they're in tune, can feel it. So she had said to me, you have a responsibility to the world. If you're in a really bad place, don't go out in public, which I thought was kind of rude. But it's a responsibility, right? Like you have to be responsible for your own energy and emotions. And and like you said, you have the power to fix it.
Yeah.
And if you're in a consistent funk or whatever, consistently frustrated, or come talk to one of us because we'll help you get to the root problem because it's probably not something on the surface. If this is like a constant chaos for you.
Yeah. That's a really good point. I hear in my head, don't be that guy. You
Yeah.
know, the person that you see at the grocery store or the person that cuts you off on the highway, that is you if you choose to stay in that state. So don't be that guy.
Yeah. Like pig pen, like your cloud of
That's a
terribleness
good way to
is,
put, yeah, good
yep,
picture.
exactly. Yeah. Well, this was great. Did you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's good.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, cool. I'm glad we recorded this and I'm sad for you that you were feeling this way, but it was great inspiration for recording this video today. And you seem like you're already in a better mood.
Yeah, I can have a much better day now.
Yeah,
That's good.
exactly. Okay. Well, cool. Well, we'll see everybody next time on the next video.
Yep. Take care.
Bye.